What's up, guys, and good morning. So, I'm not really that pissy. I'm just trying to make some interesting looking content. Need to take a shower. But yeah, speak to people's values first before you ever ask them to do something. This is just what so many people do. And, they don't understand. I'm not going to like rage about it. I'm not going to, go into a fucking, I don't know. Some people kind of like it when I go into berserker mode. I posted a lot of videos on Facebook a while ago, and I got the Rising Badge Creator. I was getting several hundred views per video, sometimes thousands of views per video. I was starting to generate a buzz, but it's just the wrong platform. It wasn't the right platform for me. I don't know if you guys use Facebook. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But yeah, I mean, dude, you gotta like actually try to learn about somebody and then speak to their values. Like so often we don't even look at the other person's profile. We don't even check them out. We just assume that they want to talk to us. Why? Just because they joined your group. I joined like several groups that were in the top 1,000 discovery in the money niche because I was just seeing like what are people that are of a similar rank than me, what are they doing? Half of them are paid groups. I'm not going to join a paid group just randomly unless it's like really interesting or valuable, you know? Bro, I just like, just because someone joins your group, you can't assume that they even care. You can't. Like we get so egotistical and we think, well, you joined my group. I mean, dude, this has happened like multiple times with people. Like, just because I joined your group does not give you any power or control or authority or assumption. And then the annoying, like, well, you joined my group and you're not active, so I'm wondering why. Why aren't you active? And I'm like, well, bro, isn't that obvious? Because either like I just haven't had the time to like go through all the groups yet, or because it just wasn't really that interesting, or I'm just not really resonating with the way that you're speaking to me, man. You know? All you had to do was go to my profile, see it's a mastermind group, and then just ask me about my mastermind group, and I'll fucking talk to you like all day long. Oh, well, yeah, this is a mastermind group. Okay, well, what kind of people do you usually attract into your group? Oh, I will literally start talking to you like constantly. If that's, do you know what I mean? It's a formula, it's like a key and a lock. To unlock the lock of me talking to you or being responsive or like participating in your thing, all you have to do is say the magical right words to get the person to open up to you. This is not a persuasion tactic. This is human psychology. You have to appeal to why I would want to talk to you, right? I mean, dude, this happens all the time with like women. Like, so this is a guy, with the sales energy. Okay. It's like harassing a woman. I'm in my feminine energy a lot. My midheaven is in Libra. And I put a feminine energy in my group. Like I would say my group is the energy of a Libra. It's a feminine energy, and Libra is a facilitator and a communicator and just trying to like, have fun vibes. Like me and my masculine, my north node is Capricorn, and I'm a Taurus with the Aries moon sign. I'm a bit more savage in my masculine. I can camouflage my masculine or I can just switch to my feminine polarity. I'm not being fake when I use exclamation marks. I'm genuinely a bubbly person in my feminine personality. I genuinely am a bubbly person. How are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? I care. I care about how you're doing, right? But it's like the guy is like harassing the girl. Well, you're not talking to me, so clearly there's something wrong. Do you know what I mean? I'm not talking to you because you're not interesting to me. Okay? It's like the guys on dating apps. The girl's not responding, even though they matched, and then he's just getting pissy and like demanding. He's trying to use fire energy to like motivate the woman, or the lead or the person, right? When you're trying to be the coach, you're kind of assuming a masculine vibration. You're assuming that the person, not necessarily goes into their feminine, but then is submissive or responsive to your leadership. But you hadn't earned that leadership, okay? This is just basic human psychology. And I have to say, I think I'm pretty good at it. You know, But it's like, bro, I've been in sales and my own businesses for 10 years, dude. I understand how this goes and I understand what you want. I know what you want. You want me to post in your group, you want me to respond to you, and you want me to be active in your group. I know you're doing lead gen. We're all trying to get leads, but some are just a bit better at this. Like, speak to the person's value. I determined that the way that you're talking to me is not the tone that I want to empower. Some guys are just so fucking bossy. They command you. Jump on this call or look at my link. It's a command. Look at what I'm doing and let me know. Let me know. Let you know. Why should I let you know? You know what I mean? Who the fuck are you? Okay? You want to, and then my masculine will take over. Bro, why the fuck do you think that I'm going to submit to you? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's very confusing. They see so much feminine energy and exclamation marks and emojis because that is my feminine, but we all have twin flames, masculine and feminine. All right. Yes. In my feminine, I'm a nice guy and I am an empath. However, it's very confusing when you see that my masculine is super masculine. Oh, you want to like fucking order me around? You know what I mean? Like you're going to tell me to click your link? Bro, you hadn't earned any fucking submission from me whatsoever. I don't mind following somebody if I've determined that they're a qualified leader. If they're good at what they're doing, and if I can learn from them, I may tolerate you starting to be a little bit bossy. Sometimes I'm bossy, okay? In my masculine, I can be commanding. I have a very dominant masculine personality, okay? In personal relationships, like with a woman, I mostly do attract much more feminine, kind of girly girls. Do you know what I mean? I love the power women and I love women who are in their authority, but in a personal, like intimate relationship, I'm almost always the dominant. Okay. So when you go from just a total stranger and that's your social face, I'm putting on more of a Libra personality. I'm willing to be a little bit more, flexible. But then when you're trying to pull me into my inner personality and it's like you want the relationship to advance to a more intimate level of sharing, responding. Okay, but you didn't pass through the first gate. There are many gates of authority, of trust. Like you didn't pass through the first gate. You just tried to like close me on talking to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you shouldn't have to explain this to people, but you really do have to explain this to people. They get in their masculine way too quickly just because they think that you joined their group. No, dude. You should always appeal to someone's feminine energy first as a way to connect with them and understand who they are. I call it a vibe check. It's the same fucking, thing. Bro, you didn't do a vibe check. This happened with a lady in her group that I'm not going to say what her name is, but she's in Goosify and she's, on the leaderboard. But dude, the same thing. Constantly just like, I can coach you, sales energy, just so pushy, I left her group. This happened again with another guy in Goosify. He sent me an affiliate link and then asked me to do a call with them and then told me that I don't know how to run a community and he does. And I'm like, bro, I'm already a higher rank than you in discovery with less people. Yeah, you may have a little bit more of a size than me, but it's like, I don't think you're better at me than business or sales. In fact, I don't even think you know what you're doing. I don't think you even know how to line up calls and talk to people, right? Like what I'm trying to explain, guys, is eventually the scales will tip from a new connection to maybe they will talk to you about goals, not even business, not even a pitch, not even money, just like their goals. Okay. But people don't really want to open up to you to talk about goals until they feel like you've passed through a threshold of friendship. That's what people literally do not understand about social selling. I do. Like all you had to do was look at my profile and like chat with me about my group and I would have immediately opened up to you and I probably would have done a collab call with you. Like they don't understand that like you want to do collaborations, you want to get to know somebody on a friendly level. In fact, that is a requirement before they ever want to like talk to you or be active. So maybe I'm being a little bit hyper aggressive or defensive, but at the same time, it's like, bro, that's a very tactless strategy. He messaged me like fucking 6 times and I didn't respond. He just keeps texting me. I didn't respond the first time. He continues to message me like 6 more times over many days. They're just trying different strategies to get you to respond. I'm like, that's fine. You got a response. You got what you wanted, but it was a negative response because you're getting on my nerves, man. So I will coach you on why you're not very good at getting me to talk to you because that's what you're trying to get me to do. Bro, all you had to do was just say, like, what's your group about? I'm curious, about your mastermind. I would have loved to tell you about my mastermind. You ruined the opportunity. You missed the opportunity. At this point, I responded with negative energy. So it's probably just, not a no go. Like, neither one of us is probably really into each other. And that happens, but you can't be so afraid of confrontation that it's like, dude, you speak to the other person's values. You talk about what they care about. You try to understand what they want to talk about. You never bothered to do that. You just assumed, you're just trying to get me to respond, And it's like, fine, I responded negatively because I feel like you are just trying to force me to do something for you right now. Right. And so maybe I'm guilty of this as well. We all kind of forget and go into our coaching mode, but it's like, bro, until you earn their heart, they're not going to give you their time, their energy, or their resources. You need to earn their heart and their trust first. Hope you guys have an amazing and productive day today.